Okay, so I want to solve this equation, and it's a good idea to rewrite this equation with all the denominators factored so you can see what it is you have to solve for. So I'm going to rewrite the first rational expression where the denominator is going to be factored. So I'm looking for two numbers multiplied together that's a -6. When I add those two numbers together, it's going to be a +5. Okay, so that's going to be a +6 and a -1. Okay, so I want to multiply each fraction by the least common denominator. Least common denominator in this case is the product of the binomials x plus 6 times x minus 1. So I'm going to multiply each fraction by the least common denominator. And if I've done everything right on my next step, I'll have an equation with no fractions, with no denominators. Now, the least common denominator, this is over 1, so if you choose, you can go ahead and write these least common denominators over 1. Then we're going to divide out factors common to both numerator and denominator, so you can go ahead and divide these out. That leaves us with just 2x minus 4. Then x plus 6 gets divided out in the denominator with the numerator, x plus 6. And that leaves us with 4 times x minus 4, because I distribute that 4 to each of those terms in that binomial. And x minus 1 divide out here and here. And that leaves me with 2 times x plus 2 times 6. Okay. Now you have an equation that's much easier to solve. So I'll combine like terms on both sides if I can. I have a 2x plus a 4x, that's 6x. And minus 4, that's a -8 on the left-hand side. I'm going to rewrite the right-hand side. Okay, so at this point, I want to get all the variables on one side and then everything else on the other side. So I'll go ahead and subtract 2x. So that leaves me with 4x minus 8 equals 12. I'm going to add 8 to both sides. And then finally, I'm going to divide both sides by 4 to get x by itself. So x is 20 divided by 4, that's 5. And that's the solution.